Darcy Thompson. This is my husband, Mark Thompson, and
Hello.
we are Bailey's parents. Bailey has Aspergers, and she asked us to talk and answer some questions that maybe you have about autism.
Okay, so in your own words, what is autism?
I don't have any words to describe autism, honey, do you?
It's a person who is born with this problem, who can't seem to fit into social life easily.
How do you cope with your child having autism?
We have to have a lot of patience. Sometimes it's like walking around on broken light bulbs or eggshells in the house. You gotta be careful what you say or what you do, or you might upset them.
How have your life changed from your child having autism?
Our life changed drastically when Bailey was born. She was not an easy child to live with or deal with. She had an awful lot of problems. People with autism or Asperger's are not what you would call normal children. They have a lot of peculiarities and they need a lot of help.
And she wasn't very verbal. She didn't really start speaking until after she was 5 years old.
What were the signs for you that something wasn't right?
Darcel knew that something was wrong in the first month that she was born. We thought something was different about her. We just didn't know what, because we had 3 other children and she was different from them. And we just couldn't figure it out. As she was getting older and we realized that she wasn't learning to speak properly, that's when we realized that there was really something different about her. There was something wrong.
Bailey also was born with a very purple head.
And a very white body.
And she did not like touch. She did not want to be held. I couldn't bottle feed her because she wanted to sit in a tote chair to be fed. She wasn't like other children who require that holding and cuddling. She hated that. She didn't like the feel of clothing on her. She didn't like being in the car. She had a lot of problems, and she could not verbally explain what was wrong. She just screamed.
How can an autism kid communicate?
Well, they really can't communicate very well. They can try. All they know is something's wrong, but they don't know what. They cannot explain what the problem is.
They don't know why they're upset about something. They just know that they're upset and they can't figure it out.
Okay. What type of habits will an autism kid have?
Well, Bailey's habits, like we said, was she doesn't like certain clothes. Up until she was about 6 years old, she had to only wear one particular type of sock, and we had to search for it to buy it. It was a Barbie sock. It had no seams in it, and she had to have it or she would not wear socks.
Some children with autism, they like to wash their hands continuously. They think there's germs on them even after they've just washed their hands, so they will continue to do it. Some people have to flip the light on and off 5 or 6 times before they can leave a room. They have to go back and check to make sure they've done everything they have to do.
Okay, Dad, can you open the door?
Stay down.
Okay.
Stay down.
What can you do to help a kid with autism?
You have to be very patient with your child. You have to have a lot of understanding. Some things that we had to do, Bailey had to have a certain medication that she wouldn't take, so we used to take her at least twice a week to McDonald's and hide it in her root beer while she wasn't looking, or an orange pop while she wasn't looking. Excuse me, the day she started taking medicine without any trouble, that was a day of glory in our home. We just loved it when she decided it was time for her to start taking her medicine.
Okay. How does autism affect your child?
Well, the first few years in school, she had a bit of difficulty, but now that she's in high school, she's doing a feels she has a little more freedom, and she really likes that. And I think it's helping with her excel in high school in her first year of grade 9.
Bailey had trouble making friends. She's more of a loner than someone who would socialize. She has just a couple of close friends, and that's all she requires. A lot of people with Asperger's or autism will lock themselves up and require nobody. They like to be alone. They do not read books for enjoyment. They only look up information. So anything they read or do is for information. The only time they'll read a book for a story is if they have to do something for a school project.
And other things with autism, when they find a movie they like, they'll watch it over and over and over again. And they'll excel in certain things, like Nintendo or something, or playing the Nintendo Wii. They'll excel.
Or computers. Bailey's had to be on computers since she was in kindergarten. She can do anything on a computer. Other kids excel, and it just depends on the person themselves. Each person with autism is different because autism is quite different for everyone. And depending on what can you say, strain of autism you have, is to how well you will do in certain things. Bailey cannot spell words for anything, but she can do math, she can do science, she can do art, she excels in all of that.
And last question, what do autism kids need from adults?
From their parents, love and understanding and cooperation.
Patience.
Patience. Yes. What they need from teachers is to be able to talk to the child's doctor and find out what this child requires. The Stainer School was very good. They worked with us, and they worked with the Bailey's doctor to get what Bailey requires at school, so she feels comfortable there.
And the parents have to be willing to sacrifice for the good of their child.
Wrap it up.
That's it.
That's it. Thank you very much for your time.